welcome back. This is my fourth video for this chapter. Please kindly check video number 1, 2, 3, and now you will be discussing about fourth video. Okay, in this video we'll be focusing on the problems which is related to EBIT. This is the simple format that you have to understand and you have to get information. If you don't understand this part, it will become very difficult to solve the problem. Okay, you can just pause this video and you can just take down this entire format. Okay, the sales will be given minus variable cost. That gives you around once if you minus the variable cost, you get the contribution. If you minus that, you get a fixed cost. If you minus this, you get EBIT. If you minus the interest, you get earning before tax, minus tax, earning after tax, less preference dividend, and you get earnings available to equity shareholders. Okay, this is a simple format. What you can do is you can just take down the screenshot, or you can just pause the video and take down all these things so that it is easy for us. In examination point of view, what they will do is they try to give this information, ask you to solve it, or they may give a EBIT and ask you to solve it. Anything they can able to ask in this the entire format. Okay, please make sure that you can just understand the format and try to understand how you have to use the format. Okay, so that it will be easy for you to solve the problem. If you don't use it, will be difficult. For the purpose, you have to take down the format and try to repeat the format or try to recall the format, what the format information given. Okay, with the help of this, now let us try to proceed the problems. Right, you can just pause this video and you can just take down this first question. I think you have taken down this question. Again, let us try to read the question, what the information is given. The sales for the year rupees 2 lakh, variable cost is rupees 1 lakh, fixed cost. Fixed cost rupees 25,000. What is EBIT? It's very simple. Again, in this question, they have asked only few information. That is, they asked, what is the EBIT? Okay, you can just write like this. Just write calculation. Calculation of EBIT. Okay, the sales information is already clearly given in the question. The sales information is 2 lakh. Okay, again the variable cost is already given in the question as 1 lakh itself. Okay, if you minus this, you'll be getting around approximately 1 lakh. Okay, again fixed cost is already given as 25,000. 25,000 minus fixed, sorry, 1 lakh contribution minus fixed cost, you'll be getting around 75,000. 75,000 is your EBIT. Is it clear? Okay, you can just solve this. You can just take down this problem. Okay, I think this is done. Okay, now let us try to discuss the second important questions. You can just pause this video and you can just take down this question. Okay, now let us try to read this question. Okay, India Limited is capitalizing with rupees 10 lakh dividend into 1 lakh equity share of rupees 10 each. The management desire to raise another rupees 10 lakh to finance a major expansion program. There are four possible plans. There are four possible plans. That is, the first one is all equity share. Second, we have all debenture carrying at 8% interest. And third, we have 5 lakh equity share and 5 lakh in debenture carrying a 10% dividend, so 10% interest. And last, we have 5 lakh in equity share and the 5 lakh in 10% preference share. Okay, now here we have to understand one simple logic. Okay, the thing is, here the India Limited, they want to raise the 10 lakh dividend, okay, of rupees 10 each. Now the management have many options like to focus on completely equity, to focus on completely debenture, to focus on equity and debenture, to focus on equity and the preference share. That means the management has a lot of plan how to raise the fund. Okay. Now, in this information, we will be trying to solve. We try to solve the things that is we are trying to require to calculate EPS and as well as EBIT. Suppose if EBIT is 4 lakh 80, what will be the result? Suppose if it is EBIT is 6 lakh, what will be the result? Okay, that will be solving right now. Hold on. I just take down this solution. Solution. Now we have to write that the first we will be focusing on 4 lakh 80, then later focused on we focused on 6 lakh. Okay. Now the first EPS when EBIT is rupees 4 lakh 80,000. Now for this we have to calculate a few important things, that is we have to draw the entire financial plan. Okay, so just hold on. I'll just add the figures. Just try to do this. Okay, this is the original amount what we are doing. Original. Again, this we have all the financial plan. Financial plan. Just hold on. This one. Financial plan 2, financial plan 3, and financial plan 4. Okay. Now, now this is done. Okay, the first the format is focused on EBIT. First will be taken on EBIT. Then, if with the help of EBIT, we want to reduce the interest. Okay, less interest. Less interest. Less interest. If we minus less interest, we'll be getting EB on PIT, interest before tax. EBT. Okay. Again, if you minus this, we'll be getting tax. We have to minus tax as per the question. Again, after the tax, we have to get EAT, earning after tax. Okay. Now as per the format, we have to focus on less preference dividend. Less preference dividend. Okay. Then the information is, then we will be getting EASH. That means this part. Okay. We'll be getting this part. Profit earning available to equity shareholders. Hold on. Okay. Now, yes. First, let us try to go with the question one by one. Okay. As per the question, they clearly mentioned that we have to focus on if EBIT is 4 lakh, what will be the output? It will be a 4 lakh here. Okay. Again, in the financial plan 1, is that remains EBIT remains the same for all the financial plan 1, plan 2, plan 3, plan 4. Okay. Okay. Now you have to focus on the interest. Suppose in the original cases they haven't clearly not mentioned anything about the interest. So we are putting as a dash. Again, in financial plan one also there is no information about the interest. But whereas in financial plan two, they clearly mention about the 8% interest. Okay, you can just open the bracket. I mentioned as 8% here. Okay, you can just take out the calci. You can just take out 4 lakh 80,000, 4 lakh 80,000 into 8%. Okay, interest what they mentioned clearly. Okay, suppose it is not 8%, it is on dividend. Yes, correct. What the dividend is we got, right? All the debenture will be carried. Okay, if debenture in the sense the entire 10 lakh. Okay, you can just write here 10 lakh into 8%. 10 lakh into 8%, you'll be getting around 80,000. Okay, again I will repeat the thing. In this question, they clearly mentioned that in second part, all the debentures carry 8% interest. Suppose if they want to raise the entire amount, they have to take the entire capital, what they had a capital as per the management. Okay, you'll be taking as a 10 lakh into 8%, you'll be getting around approximately 80,000. Okay. Now, in plan 3, they clearly mentioned that they'll be carrying a 5 lakh debentures. Suppose if they mention the 5 lakh means, again, the 5 lakh will be there. Just hold on. 5 lakh, 5 lakh into, 5 lakh into, they clearly mention about the what percent of interest? 10%. Okay. They clearly mention the 10%. If it is 5 lakh into 10%, we'll be getting around approximately 50,000. Okay. Suppose in the fourth financial plan, any dividend is there, any debenture is there, it is not there. Okay. We're putting as nil. Okay. Suppose if you minus this, you'll be getting around 4 lakh 80,000 itself. 4 lakh 80,000, 4 lakh 80,000. If you minus this, you'll be getting around 4 lakh. Okay. Suppose if you minus this, you're getting 4 lakh 30,000. 4 lakh 30,000. Okay. Suppose if it's the same thing is there is no much changes. I put as 4 lakh 80,000. Okay. Now they clearly mentioned that at 50%. Okay. On whatever we get EBIT, based on that we are putting as 50%. Suppose if you put as 4 lakh 80, just hold on. %, as tax. We'll be getting around 2,40,000 something. Yeah, 2,40,000. Okay. Whereas this is the original case. Whereas in financial plan, this also remains the same. That is 4 lakh 2,40,000. Again for financial plan 4, that also remains the same. Whereas this, there will be a slight changes. Just hold on. I'll just fetch it and I'll fetch it. It's not 4 lakh. It is 4 lakh. If it is 4 lakh means it will become a 2 lakh. Okay. Again, whereas here it is not 4 lakh 80,000, it is 4 lakh 30,000. We'll be getting around 2 lakh 15,000. That means that we'll be deducting a 50% tax. Okay. Now, again, here 2 lakh 40,000 remains the same. for original case, for the financial plan 1, for financial plan 4, whereas financial plan this, there will be a slight changes. That means you'll be getting around approximately 2 lakh. Here we'll be getting around approximately 1 lakh 15,000. Okay. In the first preference share, we haven't focused on the dividend. Here, in all the cases, like case number 1, case number 2, case number 3, there is no information about the dividend. Whereas in the case number 4, we have a preference share. That means we have to pay a dividend. Okay, that's why whatever we get the amount, this amount will remain the same. That means it will become a dash, 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 and whereas here we have to pay a dividend. Okay, what is the dividend here? Here they clearly mentioned as 10%. Okay, you can just open the bracket. 5 lakh into 10%, 5 lakh into 10%, you'll be getting around approximately 50,000. Okay, you'll be getting around 50,000. Okay, now if you minus this thing, we'll be getting around approximately the same thing will be there. What we got the EAT that remains the same, whereas the final thing there is a slight changes. That means here 2 lakh, yeah, 2 lakh, sorry, 1 lakh 90,000. Sorry, 1 lakh 90,000. Okay. Now we have to understand about what is the profit available to equity shareholders. This is the thing, right? Now in the question they clearly mentioned that we have to find the EPS. In order to find the EPS, we have to take into a consideration as number of shares. That is more important. Number of shares. Okay. Whereas when it comes to in the first tense, we'll be having a 1 lakh as share. Okay. Whereas in the second part, we have a 2 lakh as share. Whereas in the third part, we'll be having again 1 lakh as share itself. Okay. Whereas in third financial part is 1 lakh 50,000. 1 lakh 50,000. Whereas in final one, we have again 1 lakh 50,000. Okay. Now let's try to consider this as A, and this as B. Okay. Suppose if we divide the 2,40,000 divided by 1 lakh, you'll be getting around 1 lakh. So sorry, you'll be getting around the 2.4. It is nothing but EPS. EPS will be getting around the 2.40. Again here 1.20. Again we'll be getting around 2.00, 1.43. Again we'll be getting 1.26. Okay, here with the help of available information, we have to find EPS. In this EPS, which is more suitable for the company, they will accept the project whether to go for financial plan 1, financial plan 2, 3 or a 4, or to take the original thing. Okay, that will be decided by the companies. Is that clear? I hope you got this point. Okay. I think this part is clear with the concept. Just hold on. Just makes few adjustments. Okay. Now we calculated for one part. That means we have to focus on the B. Okay. B. If EPS when EBIT when EBIT is 6 lakh. Okay, whatever you follow the procedure, that remains the same. Only the first part will changes. Apart from that, everything remains the same. Okay, I will just take down the entire copy of it. I'll change here. Okay, that means here the first part will be changed. Just hold on. Okay. The first part in the question they clearly mentioned, if we take EBIT as 6 lakh, what will be our plan for 1, 2, and 3 and 4? Okay, this 6 lakh that remains the same for all the financial plans, Okay, whereas less interest in the original case, we don't have any kind of interest here. Whereas in financial plan 2, nothing. Whereas financial plan, we have a case. Okay, we have a case. That case is very simple. Again, we'll be getting around approximate. Again, what we did, right? The 10 lakh into 8%. Okay, and just open the bit. I will copy this itself. Okay, 10 lakh into 8%, we'll be getting around approximately 60,000. Okay, again, whereas financial plan 3, yes, we have the 5 lakh into 10%, we'll be getting around approximately 50,000. Okay, whereas when it comes to the fourth financial plan, it is treated as nil. Okay, now we have to minus this. We'll be getting around the same thing here, 6 lakh. Again, we're getting 6 lakh. For 4 also 6 lakh we'll be getting. Whereas here we'll be getting a 5 lakh 40,000. Okay, whereas here we'll be getting around approximately 5 lakh 50,000. 5 lakh 50,000. 5 lakh 50,000. Again, the tax is already included as 50%. That means you just hold on. I'll take 6 lakh, whatever you get here, into 50%. This remains the same for original case also. Again, for one also it also remains the same. For the fourth financial plan, this also remains the same. Whereas here it will be slight changes. Okay, the change is very simple. Again, it's, that remains the 6 lakh itself, not 6 lakh. It is 5 lakh 40,000. 5 lakh 40,000 into 50%, we'll be getting around approximately how much? 2 lakh 25, 2 lakh 60,000. Just hold on. 5 lakh 50%. 2 lakh 70,000. Okay, 2 lakh 70,000. Again, this also there will be slight changes. Again, here 5 lakh 50,000. 5 lakh 50,000. Again, into 50%, will be around 2 lakh 75,000. 2 lakh 75,000. Okay, now we have to minus this. Again, this also remains the same, whereas 3 lakh will be getting. Again, whereas here the 3 lakh. Again, for the flat financial year, for the flat financial plan, we get a 3 lakh, whereas here we have to minus it. That means we're getting around 2 lakh 70,000. Okay, whereas in here we're getting around 2 lakh 75,000. Okay, now we'll be getting around EAT. Now we have to think any information related to preference dividend. Yes, whereas in all the financial plan except the fourth one, there is no preference dividend. Okay, we're putting as dash itself. Whereas here we have a preference dividend. The preference dividend is very simple. You can go back to a question. They clearly mention preference shares are there. Okay, for the purpose, we'll be taking around 5 lakh 5 lakh into 10%. 10%. Okay, we'll be getting around approximately 50,000. Okay. Now, if you minus this, we'll be getting around 3 lakh here. Okay, that remains the same for first financial plan. Again, this also remains the same. I just copy it and paste it. Okay, whereas here, if you minus this, you'll be getting around 2 lakh 50,000. Okay, now we have to find the number of equity shareholders. That means number of shareholders. That is already we already calculated number of shareholders. You can just copy the same thing, the same formula. Now you can just divide it. You'll be getting around EPS as 3 here. You'll be getting around as 1.50. Whereas here we'll be getting around approximately 2,75,000. 2,75,000 divided by 1,500. You'll be getting around 1.83. 1.83. Again, whereas in final part, we're getting around 1.67. Okay, whereas here 2,70,000 divided by 1, we're getting around 2.7. Okay. Yes. Again, this kind of question is very easy, but the thing is, you must know the format. What we discussed, this you must know the format. If you know this format, you can able to solve the problem without anything. But before solving the problem, you have to think about the problems. That means you have to read about the questions, what the information has been given, whether they are taking the entire thing, or whether they are focusing on equity, whether they're focusing on a dividend, whether they're focusing on the debenture, or they're focusing on all the equity, or they're focusing on debenture. Only if you try to understand this part, it will be easy for you to solve the problem. Okay, the same type of question has been asked in one year. That means in 2019, they have asked the same type of question. Okay, please make sure that you can just pause the video, can do check it again and again, and try to understand this question. Most probably you will get a 14 marks question, and do check it. If any doubt is there, let me know. Is it clear? Okay. Again, I think every concept is clearly mentioned here, properly mentioned. If you find any difficulty or any doubt, you can just put a message, you can put a WhatsApp message. I clarify it. Okay. I think you have understanding all the videos. I think you are liking it. I think you will do good. You can able to do wonders in examination. While and if you understand the concept, it is easy for you. Okay, I think you are understanding the concept very great. I think I'll be stopping here itself. Okay, thank you.